This episode was recorded at Thistly Meadow in Leicestershire.
Hello, welcome to the Chatterbooks. Each episode will chat about the latest book we've been reading, as well as sharing some old favourites or underappreciated gems you might have missed. Hello, I'm Lucia. Hello, I'm Delilah.
And I'm Betsy.
The main book we are going to be talking about today is The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. This is about a robot that ends up on an island, and first they don't have any friends or know anybody. But soon they make a lot of friends and begin to make a home. But then they end up putting the island in danger. I loved that book because it shows how strong friendship can be after it grows.
I really like this book. It's full of adventure, but it's also very tense, like when the goose learned to fly.
I like that bit too because it shows that even if something is really difficult, if you practice, then you can do it. If you can't tell, this book is set in the future where robots are very common.
Oh, I would love to have a robot as a pet.
Oh, I'd get a robot to do all my chores.
Betsy, you're being very quiet. What do you think?
Guys, I've got a confession. I don't really remember reading this book.
What? Did you not do your homework?
Betsy, you didn't remember it?
All right. When did we read this book?
I think it was back in year 3.
Yeah.
Do you think we would still like it in year 6?
Yeah, I think you would. I've actually read it pretty recently as well.
Yeah, I think it's for anyone, year 5, year 6. There's also been a film made recently. Have you guys seen it?
I have. I really like it. It's really adventurous.
Yeah, I really like it because it's funny, but it's also really sad. Betsy, have you seen it?
No.
Betsy!
What?
There's no people in this book, but the robot does start to feel emotions.
The robot gets emotions like how?
Well, sometimes in the book you can tell by the tense that the robot would be happy or be sad, but the robot observes the other animals and kind of becomes one, more than it becomes a person.
Yeah, but it's also really sad at the end when the robots...
Don't spoil it!
Sorry! Yeah, but it is really sad because he has to make a decision about the future of the island.
Guys, I think I'm finally going to read this book.
Finally! It's about time!
As you're listening to this, hopefully you know that you can subscribe to the Chatterbooks podcast for free on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music and most podcast hosts and on YouTube. You can find all the links on our website, thechatterbooks.co.uk.
I've not recently read a good book. Can I have some tips?
Well, I've got one. Have you guys read The Wonder Team by Leah Williamson?
I haven't, but I have heard things about it.
Betsy, have you read it?
No. What's it about?
So it's about 3 children, Leah, Mimi and George, who travel back in time using a clock. It travels back to the 1900s where they saved the England's women team from the kits being stolen and the pitch being damaged. It's very adventurous and there's also 2 of the books that have come out.
Why do you think I might like it?
I feel like you'd like it because it's very adventurous and very sporty, which you are as well. And it's by Leah Williamson. You know who she is, don't you?
Doesn't she play for England football?
Yeah.
Did you know Leah Williamson was kind enough to give our school a few signed copies of her book?
Oh yeah, I've got one. Have you got one, Betsy?
No.
Do you not pay attention to anything?
I did pay attention enough to know that the website for this podcast is thechatterbooks.co.uk.
Are you hinting that it's time for us to finish up?
Yeah, that's all for now. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye!
Bye.
This episode was recorded at Thistly Meadow in Leicestershire.